Hello, my name is Wahid, and I'm going to show you how to export and import OVA files. OVA, Oracle Virtual Appliance. .OVA files are basically Oracle Virtual Appliance. It is one of the appliance that you have put together, whether it's Linux, Red Hat, Ubuntu, Rocky version, Solaris Express, Open Solaris, even Windows operating system, any of those ones that you install a specific application on it. For example, on Rocky version of Linux, you install and configure Python, a particular version, C++, GCC, and then maybe MySQL, maybe other Apache web server, a lot of other tools, utilities that you do it. And then in order for you to just export that appliance into your production environment, you basically create a OVA, which is stand for Oracle Virtual Appliance, and then you export it first with all the configuration that you did. It will be the same when you import it on the production as a new appliance. So I'm going to demonstrate that one today. Let me go through a slideshow here. As you can see, the list goes on forever as long as on the VirtualBox software that you have a given version of Linux or Unix or maybe Solaris, maybe Windows, maybe Mac, anything that you just create a virtual machine for it, then you could configure it to install specific application, utilities, packages, and RPMs, and if it is Solaris, obviously it's packages. Mac is also PKG, and then with Red Hat, it is RPMs or DNF. Installing software YUM or similar with Rocky, but Ubuntu apt and apt-get. So you install those software and then applications as well and utilities as well. So once you install them, all of them, they are ready for you to just export it as an appliance. And then the software that makes that possible for you is VirtualBox. And then the name of the file that you save, the extension is .ova, which stands for Oracle Virtual Appliance. Let's get started. So I'm going to just go to the Oracle Virtual Machine. As you can see, I have a number of Oracle a number of servers, whether it's a virtual machine of Linux or Ubuntu or Rocky or Solaris. These are all available as virtual machine for me. So I'm going to just demonstrate first creating a OVA for the Rocky 2. In order to just show you what I have on this one before I create Rocky 2, I'm going to start it first to show you what is this Rocky Linux version. And once you start it, obviously this notification is okay. I could just say go ahead to start it, and this is by clicking. It's faster. You don't have to even wait 2 seconds or 5 seconds, and then it's gonna just boot, and now it is ready for me to log in. So I type in my password. And as you can see, this interface comes in. So later on, when I do the OVA file, when I import the OVA file, I should get similar information. So uname and -a and uname -- kernel name, I'll give you uname -s, I'll also give you that. So you could get all the information also from the release file. So star-release will show you the everything with OS-release as well as etc, Red Hat-release as well as Rocky-release. And if you just want to see the version here, etc star release, there's a number of files, and then the Red Hat release is symbolic link to Rocky release. So if you do etc Rocky-release is the same thing as a Red Hat-release. And then the OS release is the detail, red hat dash release. And if I just do OS dash release, you can see that this is version 9.2. So when I just do this version, for example, let me just do Python dash dash version. And you can see if I go to Python 3, I'm going to be 3.950. I run the directory commands. So I'm going to exit out of this one and say GCC dash dash version, get the version 11.3 and G++ dash dash version. So let's say I've just checked on these ones and I want to just create now the appliance and then make sure that when I import the appliance, I have the same configuration. I will double check again. So I'm going to exit out of this and then, I'm sorry, exit. I'm not inside of Python, so I type in exit here to close it. And then I'm going to log out here, power off. So let's do log out first. That would be safer. Then I'm going to do power off. Now the machine will be powered off and I'm just having this appliance ready, or this Linux virtual machine ready to create a appliance from it. So in order to do this one, if you just see under the file here, there's option of export and import. At this time, I'm going to do export. First, I have to export it as an appliance. And then once we have the .ova file, then we can use the import file. So let's just do export on this one. And then notice that it says the name is Rocky2 is the one that I'm creating from this one. I could use other one, whether I choose Solaris or Algorithm for a Red Hat version, or MyWebUniversity for Linux Ubuntu. At this time, I choose to do this one. You're welcome to do even Windows or any other ones. As long as you have the virtual machine ready, you can create a OVA file for it. So I'm going to click next. And notice here that default directory that it gives you is under the documents under OneDrive. I don't want it under OneDrive, but notice the extension is OVA. So I'm going to just put it on a directory of a virtual machine. And so I can have it. I previously created that virtual machine. Usually they want to put it on the OneDrive by default because the storage is in the cloud, so you can just do it. But I rather just for demo, put it in here, and then at some point I'm going to delete them when I no longer need it. So under the virtual VMs here, I'm going to go to OVA directory. This directory I created. I already created an appliance for algorithm. This time I'm going to just do appliance for this file, Rocky2. And then I'm going to give the extension .ova like it was giving that option. So now I'm going to just create the appliance and says that I'm going to create this file here. And then everything else is good. I'm going to just say next. And at this time, it's going to say the name of the virtual machine is going to come up next. And it should be something one, appliance one. So Rocky 292. Name is Rocky 92. So let's see if the virtual machine is, yeah, when you create it, it creates it based on the name that you gave. In this case, is the host name was Rocky92. That is what was the virtual machine. So it's going to create that file in this directory here. Clear the screen. This directory, notice that algorithm is there. Rocky2 is not done yet because it is doing this 18% yet. So once it goes to a certain percentage, it's going to complete, and then the file gets created based on the size of the actual virtual machine VMDK file. So this is .ova, which is stand for Oracle Virtual Appliance. And then notice it is 36% at this time. We're going to give it a little bit time to complete it. And at the same time, now I'm going to tell you what the next step is, so you're not waiting for just looking at that one. So the next step is that this appliance will be having a size here, this OVA file, when this one is 100% completed. Then I have this appliance, I can just upload it somewhere on another user or my production environment or something in order to just export it again, import it to a virtual machine. Notice when it reaches to a certain amount of percentage, it's going to go faster because the rest of the data is going to be written. And this is based on the size of the disk that is there. So let me just do another directory at this time, clear screen directory. And the still size is 0 because it's 60%. Once it's 100% completed, then this file will be written. And now this screen writing appliance will just disappear on us. So it's 78% now. And again, it doesn't matter how what percentage it is. If it is not 100%, you will not get this file get updated. And you can see it is 81%, but it's not showing 81% written there. When the end of file is closed, the end of file marker on every file it is written. Notice that it was gone and the end of file marker is written. So I'm going to clear the screen, do a directory. Now I have a 3-point-some gig file, OVA file. So now the appliance is ready, and you see the extension is .ova, Oracle Virtual Appliance. And I'm going to come back here, since I do have that file ready. Notice I don't have any appliance imported. So what I could do is, just in order to test that Oracle Virtual Appliance, I'm going to say File, Import this time. When you do import, it's going to say, go ahead, give me the name of the file that you want to import. And I'm going to go back to the directory where I wrote it, which is C drive, users, Wahid, and then virtual machine. Let me just go virtual machine VMs, and then this OVA, and then the file name. By default, since the extension is already .ova, it is marked here. I'm just going to open that one, and it says .ova, Rocky 92. That was from the same directory here on the command line, and this file that is there. So you just point to this directory structure, and it's going to open that one. Say click next, and then notice the name now is say Rocky 92-1. You could just give it a different name if you want, but it is just good enough since I have 92. And then this -1 would be my appliance. And then I'm going to just say finish. It's going to just now import it. And it says importing. Notice the importing is a little bit faster because nothing has to be written. It's already into memory. And the data is written actually on line 92-1. So that VM is getting created, and it got created here. Now this is the appliance that we have created. If you go to the setting or anything, all the information is the same here based on the previous one. And you can also click on the setting here to see that one. And then default options are here. So I'm going to just go start. And the notification information is there. Notice I have the Oracle VirtualBox version 7.0, which is the latest and greatest at this time. And Rocky Linux Enterprise version 9.2 is also the latest and greatest. So whatever you learn on MyWebUniversity free education videos, I always show you the latest version, so you don't have to do other versions that are old. So if I do have like Solaris 11, that is the latest, but then the software like Python, it is not the latest because those packages are not supported under the software packages to install them anymore, and then you just have to use a different OS version, like maybe Solar's Spark architecture, or rather than x86, or Red Hat, or Linux. Oracle support Oracle virtual machine on Linux as well. So here I'm just going to log in on this new appliance that I just imported. And the only difference between a virtual machine and appliance is more customized. You have installed certain applications, certain software, everything, and now I'm going to double check to make sure the same machine OS-release as the Rocky version 9.2, which I do right here. And if you just say cat etc Red Hat -release, you can see the same thing: uname -s, uname -a, uname -o, uname -m, uname -t. O is for operating system, M for machine type, P for platform, R for revision or build kernel, and uname kernel name we typed in earlier, which was also similar to -s, which is Linux. And you can see all of this is good. So cat etc Red Hat -release file is there, and then OS-release file is there. And we also check the Python version, Python 3. We went to there, it says 3.96. We did a dirt. All of that information is the same. So exit out of this and then say Python -- version, and then we could see a pep list. If you just see the list of the pep, if it's not installed, obviously you could install it, but I just don't feel like doing that one at this time, since we this is just an appliance. It doesn't matter after the fact that a certain thing was not there, now you're adding on it. You can do it based on your needs. And so if I have to do that one, I could do sudo and DNF install pep, or just reinstall the packages or anything. There's a number of things you can do with it, and just do a pep 3 install, and then there's a number of things we could do. But let's just look back at what other version I was GCC. The GCC dash version was 11.34. G++ dash version also 11.34. So we're good with that one. Last but not least, you can just stop using it, and then log out, and then say power off. If you have to make changes to it, obviously it's better idea to just work on the Rocky and make the customization and that you do, and then export it as the appliance. For example, if I have to install Apache, MySQL, pep, or any other software, additional software that I need to install utility that are not there, I have to do it at the virtual machine level, then export it into the appliance. Then when I give the appliance to the production or to the developer users to test it, they are seeing what I was expecting them to see, not to be surprised that, okay, this software that I was thinking that was installed, it is not installed. So whatever you need on the customization, do that part on your version of Rocky, then create the export, and then import it into the new one. Now the new user, the developer that imported on their environment, they're all good. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please make sure that you go to our channel, MyWebUniversity for education videos, and just there's a lot of videos. There's more than 1,200 videos here that you're just welcome to enjoy and learn as you're just watching it. Please subscribe so I could do more of these videos for your needs, and understand what your needs, or make some comments of what you'd like to see. Have a good one. Take care. God bless you all.